Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
Remake of Fate, Reba, Yang Zi, and Xiao Zhan star in Love in the Rain. How will it be interpreted? The entertainment industry has always been a rapidly changing circle, but some classic works seem to be forever lingering, like a beautiful landscape, forever engraved in the hearts of the audience. Recently, there was news that the popular classic drama Love in the Rain in China is about to usher in a remake version, and the news has attracted widespread attention and heated discussions. However, if we look back at the remake cases in the past, we can't help but shudder, and we can't help but worry whether this heavy script can break through the bottleneck in the remake and reproduce its former glory. Now, it is the turn of the childhood memory of the post-80s and post-90s generation, Love in the Rain, to be remade. It is reported that the cast of this heavyweight script has surfaced, and powerful stars such as Reba, Yang Zi, and Xiao Zhan have joined. In addition, Wang Yibo, Zhang Hanyu, Li Xian and others have participated, which can be described as a gathering of stars. But in my opinion, this lineup can be described as chaotic. The remake of Love in the Rain has aroused widespread attention and heated discussion among the audience. For the post-80s and post-90s generation, Love in the Rain is not only a classic TV series, but also an indelible memory of their childhood. However, the lineup changes and actor selection brought about by the remake have caused a lot of controversy. Although Reba, Yang Zi, Xiao Zhan and others are all hot stars at the moment, their joining has undoubtedly added a lot of attention and opicality to the crew, but some viewers have expressed concerns about whether these stars can truly restore the classic roles. What is more worrying is whether such a gathering of stars will lead to an imbalance in the plot and confusion of the character images. The addition of powerful actors such as Wang Yibo, Zhang Hanyu, and Li Xian has injected more acting skills into the series, but it has also made the originally clear plot clues confusing. The audience is full of expectations for whether the series can faithfully restore the emotions and atmosphere of the original work, but they are also faced with the question of whether the remake can surpass the classic. The remake of Deep Love in the Rain is not only a commercial attempt, but also a reinterpretation and test of the classic work. Speaking of the domestic TV drama industry, it can be said that it has fallen into a vicious circle of only plagiarizing and remaking. Classic IPs are excavated one after another for recreation, but the results are often disappointing to the audience. For example, the remake of Marrying the Wrong Man a few years ago, The Wedding of the Flower Sedan, which attracted much attention, can be said to be a typical representative of looking at the plum to quench thirst. The image of Guyan, who was stubborn and gentle in the original version, was played out in the new version, which was completely different from the original setting. The new version of Liu, who even shook his head and played a silly and sweet feeling, which was completely different from the charm of the original version. It is not difficult to see that even if a first-line powerful actor is invited to join, it is really difficult to completely copy and surpass the classic original. Let's talk about another remake that has attracted much attention: The Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber. The remakes of this drama can be said to be endless, but no matter whether it is Su Yapin, Gao Yuaniran or Jia Jingwen, they can never completely replace the classic interpretations of actors such as Chen Chong and Zhang Shaokyu. Although their performances were good, they still couldn't feel the regret of looking at the plum blossoms and stopping the water. It can be seen that even if first-line traffic stars are invited to join, it is probably difficult to surpass the classic works of that year. First of all, let's talk about Reba's role as Liu Yiping. To be honest, this choice is really hard to agree with. The self-sacrificing, tough and kind image of Yiping created by Zhao Wei in the original version is too classic and difficult to be copied. Although Reba is as beautiful as a fairy, she gives people a slightly delicate feeling, and it is difficult to fully interpret that kind of tough inner self. As for Yang Zi's role as Liu Ruping, it is more in line with the characteristics of the role. After all, Yang Zi's temperament is gentle, which coincides with the gentle and quiet image of Ruping created by Ruby Lin back then. But the problem is whether Yang Zi can completely replicate Ruby Lin's classic interpretation and delicate emotional expression remains to be seen. Another puzzling question is that the powerful male star Xiao Zhan was stuffed into the role of He Shuhuan. He Shuhuan can be said to be a male god-level existence, affectionate, free and easy, and can be called a contemporary version of a peerless good man. However, although Xiao Zhan has a good temperament, he gives people the feeling of being more gentle and refined, and it is difficult to fully show the vicissitudes and profound inner charm of He Shuhuan. It is indeed a challenge and discussion point to link Xiao Zhan with the role of He Shuhuan. As a male character deeply loved by the audience, He Shuhuan's temperament and charm are often closely related to the baptism of years and life experience. He is not only handsome and mature in appearance, but also an expression of inner depth and emotion. Although Xiao Zhan's image has the characteristics of being gentle and refined, whether he can fully interpret the unique calmness and restraint of He Shuhuan is indeed a point that needs attention and worry. In film and television dramas, the shaping of actors and the restoration of roles are one of the most concerned issues for the audience. If the character image and the actor's temperament are very different, it may affect the audience's acceptance and understanding of the role. Therefore, how to accurately restore He Shuhuan's image while retaining Xiao Zhan's unique charm is one of the challenges that the production team needs to carefully consider and deal with. Perhaps this is why the audience has concerns and discussions about the chaos in the remake of Love in the Rain. When choosing actors, how to balance the popularity of the stars with the matching of the character image will directly affect the final effect of the remake and the audience's evaluation. In addition, it is reported that Wang Yibo will play the role of Defei. Compared with the image of Defei, who was full of tricks and made people laugh, Wang Yibo, a serious little brother, may find it difficult to fully show that funny and ridiculous trait. As a character with a distinct personality and unforgettable, Defei's humor and eccentricity often become one of the highlights of the series. Su Yuping's relaxed style and humorous performance in interpreting the role make Defei a classic among classics. However, as a more restrained and serious actor, Wang Yibo's image and performance style may be somewhat different from the requirements of a comedy role like Defei. In film and television dramas, the reshaping of roles and the interpretation of actors are issues that need to be considered and balanced. Wang Yibo can interpret Defei in his own way, which may bring new interpretations and understandings, but whether he can fully restore the funny and humorous classic role requires the crew to carefully adjust and handle it under the guidance of the script and director. The audience's attention to how Wang Yibo interprets Defei and whether he can present the unique charm and funny side of this character will undoubtedly become a focus of attention in the remake of Love in the Rain. When selecting actors, the crew should not only consider the popularity and influence of the stars, but also whether they can match the character's personality and characteristics to ensure that the final work effect meets the audience's expectations. Let's talk about other actors who joined, such as Zhang Hanai as Lu Zhenhua, Li Xian as Lu Erhao, Tian Zui as Fang Yu, Gu Linaz as Lu Mangping, etc. In the editor's opinion, it is even more chaotic. Although these candidates are strong, whether they can perfectly interpret the charm of the classic characters of the year is probably an unknown. As a powerful actor, Zhang Hanai's tough guy image and profound acting skills undoubtedly bring a certain degree of persuasiveness to the role, but whether he can fully restore Lu Zhenhua's fortitude and determination remains to be seen. Similarly, as new generation actors, Li Xian and Tian Zui have been well received for their performances in youth idol dramas and modern themes, but whether they can fully play roles with a long history and deep connotations is also a challenge. As an actor whose acting skills are gradually recognized, whether Gu Linaz can express the various entanglements and struggles in the character's heart when shaping a character as emotional and complex as Lu Mangping also requires the common expectations and efforts of the audience and the production team. When remaking classic works, choosing the right cast is a crucial link. The performance of the actors will directly affect the audience's recognition and acceptance of the work. Therefore, the production team needs to not only consider the personal charm and acting ability of the actors, but also ensure that they can fit in with the historical background and emotional core of the characters, in the hope of presenting a classic work that can coexist with inheritance and innovation. It has to be said that the fate of remakes in the TV industry is indeed difficult. People always expect to restore the former glory of classic works through remakes, but this is often not the case. Judging from various previous cases, even if top actors are invited to join, it is really difficult to completely surpass the original classic. The first challenge faced in remaking a classic work is how to give the work new life and meaning while retaining the essence of the original. The audience has a deep emotional connection with classic works. They hope that the new version can maintain the emotional resonance of the original, while being able to innovate and improve the performance form and the acting skills of the actors. However, this balance is often difficult to grasp, resulting in the new version of the work not necessarily being able to fully meet the expectations of the audience in terms of presentation. The selection and performance of the actors are also key factors in the success of the remake. The participation of top actors can certainly add attention and topicality to the work, but whether they can truly understand and interpret the deep-seated characteristics of the characters and whether they can match the image of the original characters are all issues that need to be carefully considered. Sometimes, even if the actor's personal strength is strong, but the fit with the role is not enough, It may also affect the overall quality of the work and the audience's acceptance. TV drama remakes are a challenging task, requiring the production team to have precise control and innovative thinking in all aspects. Successful remakes can often bring new viewing experience and emotional resonance to the audience through new forms of expression and wonderful performances of actors on the basis of respecting the original work. However, in order to completely surpass the classics of the original work, it is necessary to face many technical, creative and market challenges, which is one of the reasons why TV drama remakes have always attracted much attention and discussion. This upcoming remake of New Love in the Rain will undoubtedly become the next thirst-quenching remake tragedy. The audience is full of expectations for this work, but looking at the cast of the internet, it is inevitable to be surprised. Regardless of the final casting, the editor hopes that this remake can give the audience a surprise result. Remakes have always been the focus of attention of the audience and the production team, because it has both the expectation of reinterpreting the classics and the challenge of how to surpass the original. The casting of actors is one of the key factors in the success of the remake, and their performance will directly affect the audience's acceptance and evaluation of the work. Although there may be some doubts and concerns about the initial reaction to the cast, it is hoped that the crew can bring a satisfactory work to the audience through accurate casting and wonderful performances during the preparation and production process. In the TV industry, every remake carries the mission of important cultural inheritance and innovative attempts. Even in the face of difficulties and challenges, it is hoped that New Love in the Rain can be presented to the audience in a new look, reinterpreting the classics with new perspectives and interpretations, so that the audience can find new emotional resonance and viewing pleasure in it. After all, even if the crew has tried their best to find the most suitable candidates, it is probably extremely difficult to truly surpass the popular classic original. However, we can't just complain and be disappointed. After all, we still expect this remake to give the audience a refreshing surprise. After all, in a few years, perhaps another classic old drama will be remade. Let's wait and see. On the road to TV remakes, every new attempt is a challenge and opportunity. Although it is difficult to surpass the classic original, every work has the potential to bring unexpected surprises and touches to the audience through new interpretations and innovations. It is important that the crew can maintain creativity and focus during the production process, respect the original work, and show the charm of the story from a new perspective and in a new way. Therefore, let us keep our expectations and hopes for New Love in the Rain, hoping that it can discover and create new possibilities on the journey of remakes and become another classic work worth collecting in the hearts of the audience. Future remakes may bring new surprises again. Let us wait and see together and witness the wonderful sequel in the history of TV dramas.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.